In this video, we're going to go over these thinking it through questions on page 133. Uh, Describe the advantages and challenges of the region's geography. Consider the physical features, climate, land use, and natural resources. So we'll first take a look at Japan. Its advantages are that it has a lot of seafood, mid-latitude temperatures, rivers for hydroelectricity, modern technology, it's highly urbanized, and more than one crop can be grown on one piece of land. But it does have numerous challenges. It has earthquakes, tsunamis, active volcanoes, typhoons, monsoons, scarcity of land for farming, crowded cities, very few mineral resources. Right now, they've suffered from great overfishing, air and water pollution, and they need to import food. For North Korea, some of their advantages are that they are rich in coal, lead, iron ore, gold, copper, and salt. They have lots of fish, mid-latitude temperatures, seasonal rains, and a dry winter. Their challenges that they face are loss of forests, which has led to flooding during rains. They need to import food, and they have cooler temperatures that make it difficult to grow rice. In South Korea, their advantages are terrace farming, mid-latitude temperatures. They have lots of seafood, highly urbanized. More than one type of crop can be grown on the same piece of land. Some of their challenges are typhoons and monsoons, earthquakes, intensive use of land, loss of forests, which has led to numerous mudslides, crowded cities, and they also need to import food. Question number 2, look at the chart on page 132. How might a government use population statistics to plan for challenges? If the government knows how many people live in a certain area, and that if that area gets hit with an earthquake, then the government will know how many people might need emergency help or shelter. The government needs to know how many people travel from one area to another for work so that it can plan for highways or trains to move those people from one area to another. The government can plan to build schools or hospitals based on how many people live in certain areas. Question number 3, if you were in power, what would you focus on to help people of this region adapt to geographic challenges? There's numerous examples you could come up with, but some ideas you could have came up with are early warning systems, or building higher walls to protect cities from tsunamis, perhaps developing alternate food supplies to prevent overfishing, or alternative electrical generation to protect from nuclear meltdowns. If you haven't seen it already, I'm going to include a video on the Fukushima incident in Japan. Question number 4. In what ways have geographic challenges made Japan, North Korea, and South Korea interdependent? People in this region have to rely on their neighbors for help during natural disasters. They have special people to help load subway cars. People have learned to be comfortable with little personal space. People work together to produce better technology to help solve problems of building in earthquake zones. They have developed ways to maximize the use of little available land. Question number 5. How have the governments of Japan, South Korea, and North Korea used their power to help people live in a challenging environment? In dictatorships like North Korea, the decisions are made by the government and are designed to restrict freedom of the average citizens by limiting their access to information, food, education, travel, or choices about where or how to live. Dictators want to maintain their powers, so they make decisions that restrict the power of everyone else. This type of government might make decisions that keep people focused on daily survival, like how to get enough food, which means the people don't have time or money to think about organizing revolts to change the government. In democracies like Japan and South Korea, the people vote for their government representatives. Therefore, the government is responsible to its voters in many ways. So, for example, helping people recover from natural catastrophes and obtaining the resources and materials to build strong economies through trade. The government carefully plans for how land is used so that the majority of people who vote for them will benefit. They build roads and hydroelectric and nuclear power plants. They might put measures in place so that the majority of people have enough to eat. For example, a ban on fishing tuna to protect the fish stocks. The government works to reduce air and water pollution, find cleaner fuels, and recycle more waste so that people can live in a healthier environment.